I'm happy with LegalMatch because it gives another source for potentials. And I like the layout of it, where we know that they are looking for attorneys, and it provides a good baseline of information. I can kind of filter the clients that I think that I should talk to, or the ones that I can talk to on the phone versus the ones that I can get into the office. So it enables me to broaden my reach as far as, because we have your Google Analytics and we have a website and we have potentials that find us that way. But this is another avenue that we wouldn't find the same potentials. So that's good. Made me money. I track the income that I make from LegalMatch, especially because my employer pays for it. So he wants to know based on the cost and the cases we're bringing in. So we made 100% profit on our LegalMatch clients last year as a point. So that's it, factoring in how much I cost, my assistant costs, every bit of cost for every dollar LegalMatch brings in. And then basically I have to earn about $25,000 on LegalMatch clients first before I can start making money, before the firm starts making a profit, at least from my boss's perspective. So that's quite frankly, is the main thing. It's interesting. We actually kept growing during COVID. It's one of these industries where we're kind of recession proof, and obviously there's a lot of adjustments the courts made, but it turns out sticking everybody in their houses together pushed up crime and pushed up divorce, unfortunately. So in LegalMatch specifically, it gave people access to us that we wouldn't have. And during the pandemic, like I said, we got LegalMatch just, I think, for the family law, it was just this last year. And so that definitely helped offset any kind of COVID related stuff. Absolutely. With that extra avenue to clients. The lead sheet giving you a lot of information up front. Some clients say little, some clients say a lot, but especially like on the family law and whatnot, they give you some baseline information as far as their income and the assets. And if we're divorced, that's important. But getting a lot of information on one page is the most helpful thing. If I'm talking on the phone or in person, I can jump right to the meat of the discussion because my time is valuable. So what I do is first thing in the morning, even if I have court, I usually get up and with my coffee, I'll go through the leads of that morning and I will respond to, delete some if I'm not interested, but the ones I respond to, I go ahead and I send those, I print them out, I save them as PDFs and I email them to my assistant, and she does an initial call that morning to either schedule a phone interview or an in-person interview. So I usually have anywhere from 5 to 10 a day that I can. Now, I haven't tracked, because I've been busy, I haven't tracked how many of those that I've sold, but it's better than car sales. I used to sell cars, and I think the average for car sales back in 2000 was you sell 1 out of 10 potential clients. It's definitely better than that. I don't know exactly the ratio that we're doing because I'm so busy. I'm meeting them, calling them, going through it. So it's probably more like 1 to 5, 1 to 4. I'm thinking back because I don't use any others. There was a time I was using Avo as well, but LegalMatch was definitely, it was blowing them out of the water as far as numbers. The other way we get leads is just the organic stuff that we do with our website company and through Google. So that's all kind of built into the website. So our website generates leads. In other words, there's a form they can fill out on the website. So it doesn't beat that. That's probably the better one simply because they're already coming to us. So that turnover just naturally is better. And but my boss gets those. So I don't know how many we get a day or how many, because he filters those to the different attorneys. I'm the only attorney that uses the LegalMatch. So, but I'd say other than people coming directly to your website and that system, it's the best of all the other lead generators that I've experienced. I've used lawyers.com in the past. LegalMatch is the better of those, at least that I can attest to. And if I do have time, I will do the initial call just because, and leave a message. And that way I can kind of filter. But if I'm really busy, I have to give them to my assistant. But that's the main thing. You got to do it every day. Get the person on the phone and in the office as quickly as possible. They go stale very fast, and the good ones are going to sign up with somebody very quickly. I would say calling the potential quickly. That's the best thing I can say. And whether or not you use the system that's built into the LegalMatch website, which is a fine system, or track the data like with Excel or some other system, have a system, because people will call you back later and you want to be able to pull up that lead that potential sheet quickly. And that also enables you to help track how much money you're making off it and that kind of stuff. So those two things I think are really important. As far as membership itself, I'd say go ahead and pick the practice area that you say pick the practice area you do, but that's kind of obvious. I'd say the one that you're not getting the potentials on that you'd like to be doing. For example, I added the family law because I was getting plenty of criminal cases, but I wanted to get more family law cases and I wasn't getting them organically. And so I proposed this to the boss that I add this account to just get some more leads that way. Spring for the 3-year, honestly, just because you get a better rate, you're going to use it. Don't worry about it. It's going to work. So I wouldn't just sign up for a year. You get a better rate for the 3 and you get a better contract and all that. Save money.